I am a gender doula, and I've been doing this for the last 3 years. I chose to attend a seminar with Marjorie because so many of my clients in my community do not receive scar care after a variety of different gendered surgeries, whether it's a hysterectomy or phalloplasty. I would describe the seminars as incredibly expansive and a broad range of opportunities to bring whatever your specialty is because she's got the knowledge of depth. So all you have to do is ask your questions, and it's almost like giant tomes of books opening. One of the things I did was after taking the scar remediation course is I went to Marjorie and spent several days in a two-on-one private session. And that was by far the best choice because I'd already gotten a lot of the broad holistic pieces from the seminar, but by doing the private class, I really got to focus in on just the pieces that my clients are looking for. And I I certainly paid less than going to multiple different seminars. And the content was so much more rich with exactly what I needed to bring home to my people. I would say the benefits of coming to a smaller um, offering like Marjorie does is the personalization. You really get to focus in on what your needs are and your client needs are. And it gives you the time and spaciousness to really connect with the um, she brings in a huge number of people for you to work on, so you get to uh, have the specificity you're looking for, but you also get your hands on a variety of scars that you likely may never otherwise. What I enjoyed most about the seminar was, I think, the depth of knowledge in almost 3 decades of uh, dense information that she's been teaching for so long. She really knows how to help people find their way to the information that they're seeking, and especially the pieces about retaining it. She's got a lot of skills in that area to support people. Yeah, I chose to come see Marjorie because I knew that she was going to have a different impact than anybody else. Her work is far more holistic than all of the other scar remediation work that I saw out there. The fact that she's actually talking about how we care for scars throughout our lifetime by making sure that we're adjusting our shapes and our movements and utilizing stretching in order to keep that for ourselves was far and away mm, more expensive than anybody else. My most memorable experience from the course was, I think, getting to work on so many different scars with a variety of other practitioners. And because it was a small, intimate group over just a couple of days, we really got to know one another's specialties, and each of us learned pieces that we were able to take away for our own clients from one another's learnings, past and through this work we were doing with Marjorie. So the kind of intimacy that was built through that was just like an additional increase to the offerings. I think besides the technical pieces, what I learned is more ways to bring levity and humor to this work because it's often um, deeply impactful, whether the surgeries are elective or not. And bringing some humor and storytelling into that, Marjorie really offers uh, a lot of that as well. Straight method has really helped me shift my goals to be more focused on the way that scar care can tap into so many other aspects of my work. And so now I can see so many areas where I get to sort of thread it in, where I wasn't before. It had its own niche. And Marjorie's way of bringing it as a holistic offering that we can use throughout the lifetime really invited me to see how I could start kind of speckling it through so much of my work. What I have used and implemented from this practice is, oh my gosh, there's actually so much. Uh, Everything from, I now have a daily cupping exercise for my body. And I now often purchase cups as gifts for friends and clients. Um, and also being able to offer stretches that have nothing to do with scars that seemingly, that aren't about, let's say, the physical manifestation of a scar, but really touch into a lot of the internalization that we have around our harms and our traumas. And so it's a lot of this work has become far more expansive beyond just the skin and the body itself. I would certainly recommend Marjorie's course for anybody who might want to take it, certainly medical professionals and beyond. There's so many of us that have untended to scars and traumas, and not a lot of tools to really engage and invite the body into the work that we're doing to tend to the aftercare and the aftermath of that, be it, you know, 6 months or 40 years later. So, and Marjorie's work offers so much beyond just manual scar care. That just feels like such a tip of the iceberg compared to what she's offering. Uh, Absolute nine. I will recommend Marjorie. I think that there's a certain kind of magic that Marjorie offers, and some people's hearts aren't open or available for that. So you got to leave room for margin. The piece of advice I would offer is beware the flashy marketing. I feel like a lot of people out there have spent a lot of time and money paying someone else to really present themselves. And that doesn't always indicate that they have the knowledge and the pedagogy to share what they have. Both of these things are so important. And Marjorie's clearly spent decades honing in on both of these things and really has an incredible web of offerings that I don't know how any marketing person could possibly capture, you know, that array. So for me, I noticed that her stuff was so much more holistic than everyone else's, but I also just had a sense, given the different pieces she was tapping into and how long she's been doing this. And I didn't see anybody else offering that kind of